On April 23, 2023, youth poets came to perform at the Melrose Trading Post Greenway Amphitheater stage as part of the LA Get Down Festival.
Y'all are a part right now of the Los Angeles Get Down Festival. Make some noise for everybody involved in the Get Down Festival, y'all. You see my man right here with the hat. Big shouts out to Muhammad. Y'all show some love for Muhammad one time real quick. My name is Matthew Cuba Hernandez. It's an honor. I'm so excited to be introducing some poets for y'all, some young people. Every single Wednesday we do something called Beats and Rhymes, and this young lady has been coming every single week faithfully, working on her craft, working on her music, developing her story, finding her voice. Y'all, please give a huge round of applause. I want you to clap like your uncle's, cousin's, nephew just graduated from college, cum laude. Give it up all the way from over there for Melanie Castillo.
Symptoms of drinking my poison. Years of trying to love you, I've decided I will poison and kill the person who's caused me eternal pain. I spiked their drink with my poison of pent-up rage and let it simmer in their drink. I watched them drink just like I've always seen them drink their everyday beverage. They easily chug it down as if nothing is gonna happen. I can't wait to see them feel torture. Stage 1 symptoms: disconnecting with close ones. They're beginning to become agitated with everyone around them. Delusions of everyone being at fault but them. There's division and arguments and negativity spread as that negativity goes from one person to several people to across the globe. What started as your anger affected others. Stage 2. They begin to hate and hurt more. Your chest feels heavy with steam inside you. You're repeatedly breathing and exhaling, but it's not enough. Bitter is the answer. It's what's keeping me going. It's what's going to give me a purpose. That's what will end it all. They don't trust anyone telling them to let it go. You are the hero here. You were hurt. Stage 3, final symptoms before passing away. They, last minute, realized, was it worth it in the end? After going through all the agony and chest pressure and frustration, they become existential. Did I really just spend my last days hurting those I love most and that's all they'll remember me as? The person who was once hurt but chose to hurt even more people? The one they couldn't have a laugh with because all it felt like was a personal attack? Is there another life after this one? If so, will I continue to be that awful person in another life? Will I continue to be that horrible after that life and the life after that? And it's a repeated cycle and I just hurt people all over again? They finally begin to pass away from the poison and they are now in a dark, lonely void. But you see, the person who drank the poison didn't end up in a dark, lonely void. I did. The person who drank the poison went on to find a new girlfriend and had a child and bought a house. They smile. They smile every single day. My poison resentment was killing me. It hurt me in the end. The person I was trying to kill with my poison of anger was unfazed. They never cared and they never will. I have to know who I am and be that better person because symptoms of drinking my poison is you'll end up in a worse place than them.
So y'all give it up for Melanie one time, y'all. I don't know what you were doing at 17.
The next poet we are bringing up, y'all, I have been working with this poet, and I say working with, not just teaching or mentoring. It feels weird even me saying that because this young person has taught me so much and has mentored me in ways that I don't even know if they realize. But Naiya Choi Kim is an amazing young poet. I'm not reading an official bio. I just want to say that when it comes to necessary voices, I'm so happy that I've gotten to know yours, and I'm so excited to see where it goes. So here we go, y'all. Please give it up for this young poet, now 16 years old and doing their thing. Give it up for Naiya Choi Kim.
This first poem is an honest poem after Rudy Francisco. So yeah, please enjoy. My mother always said that my name sounds like it belongs on the spine of a book. So before I was born, Pen and I have been buddies. I've always been afraid of rejection. This probably stems from trauma in the first grade when my friend told my crush right in front of me that I liked him. My social instincts kicked in and I quickly said, "Ew, no I don't. It's okay, he wasn't that cute and he's a Republican now." I only liked him because he could spit out animal facts and 6-year-old little me thought she had just found her soulmate. I'm like Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't like what I do, but I have to be here. I don't like math or science, and the other week in math class I cried because I didn't get it. I hate my English teacher. He thinks he's the inspirational college professor in every coming-of-age movie. My house has always been filled with music and magic, and I find the two interchangeable. I started piano when I was 6, and every Sunday we'd play the Beatles and Bob Marley while eating breakfast. My childhood can be told through the chords of my dad's guitar. I'm not very deep or poetic, and the last best thought I've had in a while is, why do we put butter on bread when there's already butter in it? I'll feed you a half lie, but I'll wrap it in a partial truth to appeal to your taste buds. I often feel stuck between 2 different me's, or maybe it's 3 or 4 or 5, I'm not sure, I think I lost track a while back. My personality has become a boarding house, and no one can find the landlord. I'm very indecisive, or am I? I overthink a lot about a lot, and I want to be that person at parties who gets along with everyone, and when someone offers me like drugs or a drink, I'll be like, no thanks, I'm good. But I'm really scared of people. I want a 4.0 GPA, but never have to leave my bed unless to go to the fridge, and I also really want a duck, and I think they're the cutest thing ever. People tend to not give me credit where credit is due. That's probably because I tend to not give myself credit either. Recently, I've had dreams of falling. Sometimes I'll just trip over a stone or a crack or nothing, and the floor will suddenly seem further and my body will accelerate at an untold speed but be completely still at the same time. There are times when I can't wake up. Everything feels heavy and the weight on my shoulders will increase throughout my whole body. I feel as though I'm being crushed. I cannot move a finger or my eye. My body is its own rebellion. High school is hell on earth. Teachers expect you to remember everything and are oblivious to any other class that's not theirs. Forget your 6 other classes, PE is definitely the most important. You're expected to have good grades, be social, have fun, and get a good night's rest. Last year I made 2 new friends. Their names are Anxiety and Fuck Everything. But they're complete opposites, and they both hover over my shoulder every day and recite to me my to-do list on repeat. I'll wear my heart on the sleeve of my shirt, but that's always covered up by my second layer. My childhood is laced with dance parties and Ghibli movies, skipping and cartwheels. In order to make my room look more mature, I've stuffed most of my stuffed animals under my bed. They become friends with the monster that lives there and silently judge me every time I step out of the room. This poem is titled Like You. It's for my dad, and he's been asking for a poem for a while. Dear Dad, I hope that whoever I fall in love with will be taller, and their beard will be much, much smaller. I hope their skin will be glowier, and their hair just a little bit more flowier. But past their tall figure and smooth face, I hope they'll love me through every phase. I hope they'll make me belly laugh like you do. I hope they're as smart as you are, and teach me more and more about things near and far. I hope that even if they lack a sweet tooth, they'll wait outside while I order an ice cream, and on long walks listen to all my crazy dreams. I hope they'll let me nap on their shoulder and laugh as I grow a little bit bolder. I hope they'll wish me a good night's sleep and pay for my boba even if it's not cheap. I hope they'll squeeze my hand tight and we'll have the same appetite. I hope they'll let me link my arm through theirs and comfort me through all my nightmares. I hope they'll love music like we do and always be up for some barbecue. I don't think there's much more for me to say, only that with you everything feels okay. So before I say adieu, Papa, here's my special poem from me to you. Thank you.
I gotta tell y'all, man, I am so excited to introduce y'all to our final young poet. I think if we all took a moment and we just spent just a little bit of time thinking about who we are, the decisions we make and why we make them, I feel like the world will be a better place. And when I think about the world as a better place, I think about this poet. I think about her work. I think about the way she shows up when it's time to write. I think about the person that I met and the person that they are now. And I'm so honored to introduce y'all to this next poet. She's only 15 years old, y'all. Right? An incredible mind, an incredible writer. Y'all, please join me in welcoming to the stage one of my favorite poets. Give it up for Ahmani J.
I'm not a poet, but I love rhythm and poetry. I'm not a poet, but I love poems, certain poems, the ones that speak to me in my language. I'm not a poet, but I love writing poems, never hard, just get in my zone, thoughts take me far. I'm not a poet, but when street poets come, the pen calls my name, telling me I have to connect it in the paper to make my own thing. First time wrote and spit like I done this before. Natural flow, tried to keep it on the low, but they came back 2 days later, did it again, now I don't know when this will end. Addicted to poetry. I'm not a poet, but I am black and gay. Hope that doesn't make you astray from the words I say because of what I like in my race. But if it does, go ahead, I will remain the same. Hey. Black History Month ended in 5 days when I wrote this, so you know I had some stuff to say. You can't make me change from the men's back to the women's section of clothes, from swaying side to side to upright and tight when I step from my heels to my toes. So no, I will not allow you to follow me around the store because in your head I'm one of those, it's cold. I'm not a poet, but my poems speak for me. I'm not a talker, so I speak in poetry. Through my pen with rhymes at times, or just combining random lines of what I feel inside. I'm not a poet, but maybe I am. Give you goosebumps with my tongue, and I'm not talking one-on-one. I'm talking when I round up all the stuff I have overcome and put it on paper using metaphors and imagery. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm not a poet, but poetry is in me. Compatible with weed, compatible with the seeds that plant disaster, because I was one of those seeds. Never recognized I was getting watered into a monster until I looked back and seen a similar seed getting watered. Want to save it. Can I save her from the pain that made her into me, so she doesn't have to carry the anger from those day-to-day things like I do? From alcohol. I want her to have a good teen and young adult life and not have flashbacks of the sight of every bottle. Or a story time about the next person having a drink. If you know me, sit back and think, have you ever heard me tell a drunk story? I don't. Traumatized. And the only smoking tree that gets me too high, because every time I do, it helps. My problems fly by and all the sinister thoughts fly away, even though I knew I had to face them someday, was just glad it wasn't then. Not compatible with suicide. Learned that after 4 tries. Compatible with do or die. Compatible with this you and I, because homicide lies between my hands and my eyes. My eyes lead to my soul that'll let you know I'm hurt. You don't know what it's worth to talk and comprehend instead of pushing me to the end. Been using my short end of the stick and trying to make the best of it. My hands show my scars. The hidden message behind how I'm quick to throw them up is how I had to fight my way through the war of mine and my pop's health. Mental health. Not to mention physical fights when I realized I had nothing left. So I did what I know, which left lots of others bruised, confused, even turned my family against me because they didn't know the truth behind what I chose to do. I'm filled with anger and psychotic thoughts. I want to be compatible with restarts, currently compatible with a broken heart. Don't want a broken heart, want a chance to love, but it's hard with the heart trying to heal. Colin Kaepernick, gotta take a kneel every day while I ask God to take my anger away and guide my ways. But just trying to be compatible with the world is a game that I refuse to play.
Melanie Castillo, Ahmani J, and Naiya Choi Kim. Thank y'all so much. I am such a fan of y'all. I'm cheesing from ear to ear because this brings me more joy than anything else we do as far as poetry goes. But again, my name is Alicia Wise. This is Matthew Cooper Hernandez. Thank you so much for...
LA Get Down is an annual poetry and spoken word festival that runs throughout the month of April. To learn more, head to greenwaycourttheater.org and learn more about DePoetry Lounge at depoetrylounge.com.